Hello, Internet. It is Friday, July 26th. I'm Chet Siegel, and a squirrel in LA has the bubonic plague. Not that anybody should worry, because this is the 21st century, and if anyone were to get the bubonic plague, we would just treat it with antibiotics and they would be totally fine. So, relax. Four criminals stopped an armed robbery that they were doing in order to feed and soothe a baby that was crying in the home. Aw, see? Men can be very nurturing. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have spent $750,000 on 4 gold-plated toilets for their new home. Because they can and we can't, so fuck us and go them. In, you guessed it, Florida, a middle school teacher named Anna Garrett forced her students to write spelling words that they got wrong over and over again on sandpaper until their little fingers bled. In Garrett's defense, she did say that the students didn't have to do it if they just did their fucking homework and got the words right. Chicago City Council approved $500 million to renovate Wrigley Field. And I hope that they turn it into a movie theater or a zoo. A new study shows that our sleep patterns are very heavily influenced by the lunar cycle. Well, duh. It's very hard to sleep when you are a bloodthirsty wolf. 4 homeless men were lured into a Texas home with beer and cigarettes, and then they were imprisoned for 10 years while their captor cashed all of their disability checks. Wow. I think we all just learned how easy it is to make a hobo trap. A juror from the Zimmerman trial went on television to say that he got away with murder. But, lady, he didn't have to. You were a fucking juror on this case. I swear to God, people are so stupid. In response to Obamacare, White Castle plans only to hire part-time employees to avoid having to give them health care, and so that their employees' hours can be directly proportional to the size of their tiny hamburgers. John McCain is pushing America to switch from dollar bills to dollar coins. He says that this could save the government tons of money and force people to give strippers better tips. I don't know. Maybe saggy G-strings full of coins could do it for some people. India's army spent 6 months watching Chinese spy drones, only to realize that they were actually watching the planets Jupiter and Venus. Well, now we all know the real reason why Pluto's not a planet anymore. India shot it. A new study reveals that psychopathic criminals do not lack empathy. They just have the ability to switch it on or off. And I'm really sorry to hear about your bad day, sweetheart. Do you want to talk about it some more? And now it's time for viewer inquiries. One of you guys sent me this nice new background. Thank you, Drew, for hopefully tagging an actual brick wall with my name and a heart. So thank you for this background, and if you guys want to make me another custom graffiti background, I'll use it for the question and answer portion of the show. So send me some backgrounds, and I will not use it or even open it if I suspect that it's a penis. What are your favorite foods to cook? I absolutely love making buttermilk biscuits. I have to admit that biscuits and gravy may be my favorite thing to cook because it means that I have the morning off, which is a rarity, and that I'm cooking for a lot of people because you don't make biscuits and gravy for yourself, you make it for your friends. If you could go back in time and change one event in your life, what would it be? I have to admit that I got this question a while ago and I've been thinking about it ever since. There were so many events that came to mind where I was like rude or mean to somebody or I lied or I did something bad. But I decided not to take those back because they actually ended up being character building moments. So I settled on this time. When I was like 3 or 4 years old, I went to SeaWorld in San Diego with my grandfather and my parents. And the lady with the clipboard was going around during the whale show to see if they could get little kids to come up and feed Shamu or say hi to it or something or do something with the whale. I don't know what it was. And they wanted me to go up and my mom was so excited about it, but I wouldn't go. And it actually bothers me to this day that I didn't do that because that might have been really cool. And at least a very adorable photo. What's the best way to defeat a troll? You carve the tiny jewel out of his belly and you keep it. Do these pants make my butt look sexy? I don't think boys should be wearing tight pants. And that is gonna do it for today's Guyism Speed Round. I have been and will continue to be Chet Siegel. If you liked what you saw, click that like button down below, shoot this link to all of your friends, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, guys. It's Friday. So, yeah, if you make a fun background for me, I will definitely use it during the question and answer portion of the show. So, get designing, folks. Tag walls for me. But don't get arrested. I don't want any of you to get arrested, because I'm sure you're nice people. So have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday with more headlines that you need to know. I think they should throw those criminals a bone and let them get off. Ooh, that sounds like a sex thing. Sorry, Chicago, but you know the Cubs suck. Because all I want to do is like kill, kill, kill. And I'm like, body, let me sleep. And it's like, no, murder, 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 eat people. Wouldn't it be great if White Castle made everything in the place to scale with their tiny hamburgers? Like it was in a small place and it had small trays and the bathrooms were small and the toilets were short. I think I just found the problem with that. Oh, I want to get a knife for this one. I don't need to say quote if I'm going to do the quotes. I should just say quote or do the quotes. I can't do both. India's army spent 6 months watching Chinese, it's really hard to not say quote and do the quote at the same time. Doing my mouth exercises. That's from a Woody Allen movie. Points if you guys can recognize which one. I'm really disappointed that this is the biggest knife that Guyism has in the office.